The following is a Glass City Communications production.
Captain Allen, ship status.
All systems are functioning normally. Crew is in good health. No problems to report, sir.
Very good, Captain. I have a survey mission for you then. The Exeter just came up on a new spatial anomaly in Sector 872. They've labeled it the Domini Object. They were going to map the interior, but Captain Gerri reported being called away to respond to a distress call. The next closest starship is the Enterprise, but I don't dare pull them off the neutral zone right now.
I take it the Klingons are still heavily patrolling the neutral zone, then?
Yes, they are. And we're not sure what's going on with them currently. So the Enterprise needs to remain in the area. You and the Antyllus get the assignment. Map the interior and do a full geophysical scan of the exterior and report your findings. Details are being sent now. Any questions, Captain Allen?
No, sir. Orders acknowledged.
Good luck then, Captain. Starfleet out.
Mr. King, you heard our orders. Set course for Sector 872.
Course plotted and laid in, Captain.
Mr. Walper, change course and engage. Warp 4.
Aye, sir. Warp 4.
These are the adventures
of the crew of the
StarShip Valkyrie.
in peacetime or wartime.
Its mission is the same as all of Starfleet.
To seek out new life and new civilizations.
To preserve the peace and to protect the Federation.
To brave the unknown in man's greatest frontier.
Episode 402, A Timely Encounter.
We're secured from warp speed, sir.
Sensor readings are coming in now, sir. High energy interactions in the theta and tertiary bands. There appears to be a lot of energy flowing around inside. The inner area appears to have heavy turbulence in places, but I believe the ship would be safe, sir.
Shields up. Full strength. Yellow alert. Navigator, lay in a spiral course once we enter the anomaly. I want this mapped accurately, and as quickly as possible, so we can return to our original mission.
Spiral course has been plotted and ready, sir. Sent to the helm. Sensors at maximum, recorders on, science department is ready.
Mr. Walper, ahead 1/2 impulse power.
Captain, sensors have been nearly useless in here. As you know, sensors have not been able to cut through all the interference inside here. But we've completed the mapping of the anomaly as best as we can. We can depart at any time.
Helm, change course. 49 Mark 22. Increase to 3/4 impulse power.
Sir, speed is dropping quickly.
What's the problem?
Gravimetric interference, Captain. The deeper we've come into the anomaly, the more power is needed to reach the barrier, but the interference is causing problems with the engine. We simply do not have the ability to generate enough propulsion power to get ourselves out.
We need a plan, and we need it now. Suggestions, anyway.
On secondary distribution nodes.
Captain, we have a signal coming in from the Excelsior, sir. Captain Sulu.
Really? On screen. Hikaru, how are things on Excelsior?
Good, Edward. I take it things are well on Valkyrie, too.
Pretty good. We're mapping the X-57 system right now. But I doubt you're just wanting to catch up, though. What's up?
You're right. Admiral Foster ordered Excelsior off our scheduled mission to head to the Cardassian border. They've been causing problems the last few weeks.
I've heard about it. Admiral Dart contacted me last week asking what I thought they may be up to since Valkyrie was the first ones to meet them. Isn't John Harriman and the Enterprise on the border right now?
Yes. We're supposed to meet up with them, meaning Admiral Foster wants Valkyrie to take over our scheduled mission. What do you know about the Domini object?
That's a spatial anomaly, right? Heavy distortions, Class 7? Wasn't there some problem with the ship about 35 years ago? It was the, Antyllus, wasn't it? She was stranded in the anomaly and rescued by some unknown ship?
That's the one. Starfleet Research believes newer ships, like the Constellation or Excelsior classes, have the engine power necessary to get in and out on their own. That's where Valkyrie comes in. She's the only ship of either class available for the mapping assignment.
I understand. We'll be finishing the mapping of this system in the next couple of hours, and then we'll head there. Let Admiral Foster know we'll be on our way shortly.
Will do, Edward. My best to your crew. Excelsior out.
Mr. Reed, how long until the rest of the system is mapped?
About 1.8 hours at the current rate of completion, Captain.
Captain, I'll begin putting together all available information on the Domini object. Mr. Reed will have his hands full with the mapping.
Very well. Mr. Toda, prepare the ship for warp speed as soon as Mr. Reed has completed the mapping of the system. Mr. Adams, plot us a direct course for the Domini object once we're done here. I'll be in the ready room. Mr. Michaels, you have the bridge.
Aye, sir. Captain, I've got some information ready for you. It includes Captain Allen's logs from the Antyllus during the mapping of the object. Figured you'd like to view them. I'll do a full mission briefing for everyone first thing in the morning. We should arrive about 1100 hours tomorrow, sir.
Thank you, Aaron. How long until we depart?
Mr. Reed reports 18 minutes, Captain.
All right, I'll start going through the logs. I'll be in here if you need me, Commander.
Aye, sir.
Computer. Open files located on this pad.
Acknowledged. Access granted.
Open the logs of Captain Holt Allen, stardate 6245.1, and begin.
Captain's log, stardate 6245.1. Admiral Withrow's ordering of the Antyllus to the Domini object pulled us off our assigned patrol sector. But I'm always up for a challenge. A new spatial anomaly is exciting, and will help relieve the boredom of patrol duties. Exploration is why we signed up for Starfleet. I'll be happy to begin exploring again.
Computer. Play the next entries as relates the Domini object.
Captain's log, supplemental. Sensor effectiveness is minimal in the anomaly. We've been able to map the area as best we can at our diminished level. Lieutenant Brooks and the science department are doing all they can to boost the sensor's effectiveness in here, but we are not very confident. We've found evidence of chronotons inside the anomaly, but Mr. Brooks doesn't believe they pose any danger. Captain's log, stardate 6247.3. We've completed mapping and began our exit from the anomaly. Unfortunately, we do not have sufficient power from the impulse engines, and the nature of the anomaly will not allow the creation of a warp field. I've instructed Head Tecton to do all that's possible by the engineering staff to boost engine power, and for Starlin to begin sending distress calls. Mr. Brooks doesn't believe they'll get out of the anomaly, but we have to try. Captain's log, supplemental. Day 8, and we are still trapped in the anomaly. We're hoping that somehow our distress calls will be heard. Captain's log, stardate 6249.5. We've detected the presence of another ship entering the anomaly. We can't read much about them, other than Mr. Brooks believing it to be a Federation ship by their exhaust emissions. They have not responded to our hails, but they are closing on our position. Captain's log, supplemental. The other ship began sending us a text message via a tight Tetrion beam using Old Morse code, which is repeating over and over. They've stated they will lock a tractor beam onto us. When we begin moving, they will pull us onto a specific course and engage full impulse power. 77 seconds later, they will disengage the tractor beam, but are to maintain our course that we will be on at that time. We depart in 3.2 minutes from now. Mark. Captain's log, supplemental. We've exited the anomaly. Unfortunately, there's no sign of the other ship. We have no clear readings on that ship, and we don't dare re-enter the anomaly. We're hoping they can exit as easily as they helped us get out. We're sending our logs and reports to Starfleet.
Logs of Captain Allen are complete using your description.
I wonder who the other ship was.
Captain, we're closing on the anomaly.
Drop us to impulse, Daniel. 3/4.
3/4 impulse. Aye.
Sensors on maximum. Shields up. Yellow alert.
Engineering is ready. All systems secured for entry into the anomaly. Shields are at maximum strength.
Sensor systems on maximum. Recorders are on. Event horizon in 30 seconds at present speed.
All hands, brace for impact.
All systems appear to be operating normally, Captain.
Sensors showing severe interference. Using the sensor cannon to try and push through the interference. Effectiveness at 63%. Sir, picking up a ship at 4.5 million kilometers. Relative.
A ship? Full sensors. Identify it, Lieutenant.
Attempting to now, sir.
All voice and standard channels are jammed, sir.
Communications and sensor interference. I need to know what ship that is, Mr. Reed.
Attempting now, sir. We need to slow down. There's a large chronoton field in here.
Chronotons? Are they dangerous?
They're a particle of time. They can have unexpected side effects.
Mr. Toda, slow to half impulse.
Aye, sir.
Sir, it appears to be the USS Antyllus.
How can that be? They were here decades ago.
Lieutenant Reed, you said the chronotons were a particle of time, correct? Could this anomaly also be temporal in nature?
I suppose so, sir. They could be causing some kind of temporal reaction.
Daniel, full stop. We need to go over part of Captain Allen's logs that I listened to. There's something you need to hear. Alright, we have a plan. Let's do this. Miss Bellamy, start the text messages. Daniel, close on the Antyllus. Mr. Swanson, are the tractor systems ready, and have you coordinated with Mr. Fox?
Aye, sir. Just waiting on the coordinates from Mr. Reed.
Plotting the coordinates now, sir. Both for locking on Antyllus and the correct places for our exits in our correct times. The exit coordinates must be precise. Antyllus needs to engage full impulse upon tractor beam lock-on.
Stand by tractor beams.
I have both lock-on coordinates and timing. Ready on your orders.
I have received both of our exit coordinates and our proper courses from Mr. Reed.
We're about as ready as we will be.
Let's go. Engage.
Coming up on lock-on, and now.
Tractor's locked on, and she's matching our speed, sir.
Sending updated messages now.
Stand by to release tractor beams on Antyllus and come to our new course. Now.
Changing course now.
Keep track of Antyllus. She needs to escape.
She's on course. 5 seconds until they escape. We're on course for our exit point.
Impulse engines are feeling the strain, sir.
Only a little more, Mr. Fox.
17 seconds to event horizon.
Port side ventral impulse engine output is dropping. We overloaded the EPS manifold. Speed dropping.
We're almost out!
We've exited. We are currently at full impulse.
Daniel, take us out to 2 million kilometers and hold station. Mr. Fox, once there, begin what repairs are necessary on the engines and any other ship systems that may require repair.
I've received your report, Edward. Good job out there. And I believe how you handled the temporal aspects of what happened was outstanding. Even Temporal Investigations has signed off on your actions. You're cleared to go back to your mapping mission. Good luck out there, Captain. Starfleet out.
Well, you heard the Admiral.
Hard to believe we were supposed to be the ones that rescued the Antyllus.
It's amazing what can happen to Starfleet officers. And that they happen all the time. But that's why we're out here, to uncover the mysteries of the universe, no matter how strange they are.
Yes, sir. And Mr. Toda reports that we're about 19 hours from our next system to map.
Thank you, Aaron. I'll be finishing up in here and then heading to my quarters. You ought to rest as well. It's well into beta shift. Lieutenant Hastings has the bridge.
Aye, sir. Thank you.
Just another day in the life of a Starfleet officer.
You've been listening to StarShip Valkyrie, a Star Trek fan production. Starring Gerri Edwards as Captain Edward Stanfield, Mark Friedman as Commander Aaron Michaels, John Quan-Yun as Chief Engineer Stephen Fox, Jacob Stanford as Lieutenant Travis Reed, Faith Stanford as Lieutenant J.G. Gina Bellamy, Dean Rogers as Lieutenant Michael Swanson, Alexis Waters as Dr. Ann Ravenwood, Tina Anderson as Ensign Elizabeth Adams, Mike Merrick as Lieutenant Daniel Toda, Antyllus crew: George Kayaian as Captain Holt Allen, Abby Stanford as Science Officer Brooks, Heather Lee Cameron as Navigator King, and Michael Studelberg as Helmsman Wolper. Music by Gerald Freed, Sol Kaplan, Fred Steiner, Ron Jones, Dennis McCarthy, Chris Westlake, Jay Chataway, and John Barry, with music from Disney's The Black Hole.
Original theme music for Valkyrie by Jesse Richardson.
Your announcer is Andrea Carroll. StarShip Valkyrie is based upon Star Trek, created by Gene Roddenberry. StarShip Valkyrie is a production of Glass City Communications. Executive producer Jerry Edwards. Co-producers John Quanian and Jacob Stanford.
Audio play and audio mix.
Jerry Edwards. Star Trek is a registered trademark of Viacom CBS and its various copyright holders. No infringement of those rights is intended.
Stay tuned for our next episode, available for free download at StarTrekValkyrie.com and available on YouTube, youtube.com/user/ValkyrieNCC2590.